Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. Welcome to a new first look at the Burning Baltics DLC divisions. This is, I believe, the last division, unless I've kind of lost count. And so, if the schedule goes to plan, then release day is tomorrow. Look forward to the Burning Baltics DLC release. Hype! 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 If you haven't entered already, your last chance, basically. Join the Discord, the link's in the description. Jump in there, join the giveaway. Free copy of Burning Baltics DLC to grab yourself by entering the prize draw in Yoda language. So we are looking at the 7. Okay, I genuinely am not sure how I'd even attempt this, but I am going to attempt it. The 7 Eesti Laskurdiviis. Yeah, I'm not sure how close that is. The 7 Eesti or Eesti? I'm going to say Eesti actually. The 7 Eesti Laskurdiviis was a Red Army formation incorporating ethnic Estonians and officers, participating in some of the Eastern Front's bloodiest battles, Leningrad, Veliki, and the campaign for the Narva bridgehead. The Estonian battle group is formed along the lines of a typical Soviet rifle division. A fair number of its soldiers, the Cherno, have been gang-pressed into an unwilling service, providing a less than ideal performance under fire, so probably a lot of disheartened infantry. Still, with plenty of tanks, albeit older, such as a T-34-76 and Soviet T-26, KV-1S and Churchill 4, the formation can deliver in a stand-up fight. The skies above are filled with a wide array of fighters, fighter bombers and close support planes, including the YE-2 long-range bomber. Wow, the bombers are coming at you with these last two divisions. The 7th Estonian Rifle Division is a battle group geared towards defensive battles, with extra firepower provided by a strong air force and numerous tanks. Okay. This sounds interesting. A lot of interesting vehicles mentioned. Churchills. Those who've been around on the channel for a very long time might remember some of the very early first look videos where we first got introduced to the Churchills, and I was mega excited about that. This time, it's probably the bomber, the long-range bomber, and although can it even beat the German jet bomber? Pretty much doubt it, but still, I'm sure the Russians will give it a go, or the Estonians will give it a go. Right, without further ado, let's check out the very last first look at the Burning Baltics DLC divisions. Looking at the activation slot points, nothing major stands out. We get a fair amount of 1-point infantry. Yeah, I mean, a pretty standard activation slot, nothing major. Okay, let's jump in. Recon tab, WLA DTs. We have Jalg Patrol. Jalg Patrol, I'm going to say. Can come in with the Dushka for some extra AA. Well, yeah, it is AA. Also some ground fire, but AA as well. And the BA-20s as well, just in case you want it. And we have the motorized Lure. Is that how you'd say that? I mean, these are all pretty difficult to pronounce units. Ah, maybe Lure means like recon, because usually this would be like Rizvedka M3A1 or M3A1 Rizvedka. So, and I think Rizvedka sort of means recon in Russian. So this must be Estonian for like recon. Here you go, learning languages. We got some Tapsus Laskur, some snipers. Oh, the dog was not happy with that pronunciation. We get the Ratsa Lura. We get the T-70 Razvedka. Into the infantry tab, we get the Pioneer ID with puppets, without puppets. Don't know whether that's a mistake, but that seems kind of odd that it's got puppet in the name, but then the PPS-43 as a submachine gun. Are Eugen trolling us? Are they trolling me? Yeah, interesting. Oh my god, the pronunciation is going to get... any Estonian fans out there, I'm assuming it's Estonian, I very much apologise. The pronunciation is going to get terrible. We got the Kulipel Jurite Jute, which are your infantry, two-man infantry leaders. And they can come in motorbikes, although you don't really want your leaders on motorbikes generally. We get the Laskurdiviis, which look like pretty standard kind of infantry. We get the Laskurite Jute. So I'm kind of thinking Jute means sort of leader. With double SVTs and smoke. Probably see them taken a bit more often. Oh, I've skipped one. We get the Tankis Jad, which are basically Tanko Disanikas. Oh, you don't get them in the M2A1, so you only get them in the M2s, which is a bit unfortunate. We get the Kulipel Jurid, which are kind of like after Machiki, really, with the 10 Pepishas, and yeah, basically are after Machikis. We then get the Laskurid DP, so it's the Laskurid squad with the DP machine gun and a PTRD rifle. We then get the Laskurid SVTs, so this is the SVT version instead of the Mosin Nagant versions of the squad. We get the Mustard Mantlid. So these must be the pressed, ganged Estonian troops, I think. Disheartened. You can get them in B phase for that 27 squad spam. Yeah, basically your Cherno Pizzaniki. You get the Pioneered, which can come in half tracks, although like I say, you won't get many of these M2s, 12 to be precise. We have the Pioneer Reader Jute, which is the leaders with the Panzerfaust, which I found strange that the Pioneer leaders have the Panzerfaust and not the TNT grenades. And then we have the Tankesoit Jat Jute, which is probably terrible, but they have the sniper rifles, which can come in handy, and they got 5 Pepishers as well, and AT grenades, so they could be quite a useful commander. Or leader, not commander. Overall infantry, I mean, you got to get used to the naming of the squads, but generally a standard Russian lineup, really, nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, we get some T-26s. Okay, again, T-26s not going to be anywhere near as strong as they used to be, just because they lost that 2-kilometer range. Although, obviously, early access, range changes, not exactly sure if that's the right range. T-26E, standard variants, non-Comrotti versions, you can get them in A or B phase. Yeah, I mean, previously, some people might have just opted for spam of these T-26s, but yeah, range change, they're probably not going to be as useful as they were. Churchill 4s, they have the 6-pounder on it, fast firing, but it's only AP. So it does have that kind of lack of HE that the British love to provide us with. We get the T-34-76 Jute for your tank leaders. We get the T-34-76 OBR 1943, only one card. We get the KV-1S, only one card, you can only take them in A phase. And we get the KV-1S Komrotti. So you do get some tanks, but they're mostly lighter variants, and you don't get a lot of them. Support tab. We got the League Height Jad, which are your flamethrower troops. We got the Schmersh, which are kind of the bigger squadred NKVD, basically. Oh god, we got the Minpil Duja 50 mils, which are your 50 mil mortars. We got 4 cards of Maxims, so if you love Maxims, you could take 4 cards of them. You can get a lot of Maxims in this deck. 52 Ps. Yeah, you got them. We got the Studebaker Valustus. We got the WLA Commandor. We got the Commandor. And we got the M2 Commandor for your commanders. In the anti-tank tab, we have the PTRS 41, which can come in the bike. And we got the M42 guns. We got the ZIS 3 guns. We got some SU-76 MPTs, which are going to be much needed because you don't get a ton of tanks. And we got some SU-85s, which are probably your heaviest hitting AT weapons so far, really. I think, actually, having a look at this AT tab, this division is going to struggle taking out the heavy stuff. This division's going to struggle taking out the heavy stuff. You just don't have the equipment to do that. We got ZIS 5Vs in the anti-air tab. ZIS 5V Dushka, sorry. We get the Gaz Maxims. Oh god, and we get the Ahuto Jaka Jurid. The 37 mil that looks more like no, it does look like a 37 mil. For some reason, I think it was the carriage that was making me think it was an 85 mil at first. But no, it does look like a 37 mil. And you've got it. And you've got 3 cards, so your AA tab is okay. Artillery, we get the Observers, the Surtuxus. We got the Führers, the Julgust. We got F-22s. We got the Mini Pilduja 82mm mortars. We got the M30 122mm heavy howitzers. We got the Mini Pilduja 120mm mortars. Ooh, we got some off-map in this division. We basically ML20s, 152mm off-maps. I mean, good. But I don't think it's enough to rescue the division. I don't see this as too strong right now. And we got the Andrusha, which is always good to see. You know, Andrushas, really. An underutilised unit. Just because it's fun to see rocket units, isn't it? Okay, the air tab. We got the A20F Boston. Sorry, the A20F-3 Boston. Which is a recon variant of the Boston, and honestly, it looks pretty. It's fairly. Yeah, you're not going to want to take this, really. Interesting that there's a Boston Bomber recon plane, but yeah, it's not going to do a great job for you. We got some Yak 7Bs. As your fighters, we got the Zuchok. Ooh, with a cool Zuchok skin. Yeah, Zuchok skin. Yeah, I really like Zuchok. Which I think means like beetle, I think. I remember because I was murdering the pronunciation. In fact, I was calling it Zukov. for ages early on into the game. I didn't even notice that it was called Zoochok until someone put it out in the comments. And I think they said it means like beetle, but I might be wrong. But yeah, Zoochoks, they've sometimes been good and sometimes not been good. I like to see them used, and I'd like to see them used a bit more often, so I guess we'll have to see how it goes. We got the YER-2 ACH-30B bomber that we saw the other day in one of the other divisions. 2,100 kilogram bomb, so it's got like 2,000 kilogram loadout for 105 points. So, you know, it's nothing to be sniffed at, but yeah, not sure about this plane, how good it is going to be. Is that the long bomber? Is that the long-range bomber? I think this must be the long-range bomber that they were talking about. Interesting that we saw it in a previous division, and they didn't mention that it was a special long-range bomber. But I think that's what it is. And here we have 3,000 kilograms of bombs. So yeah, the planes in the Baltics are certainly stepping up the firepower. Yeah, certainly a hell of a lot of bomb power being used in the Baltics. So look forward to those heavy bombers. We get the Su-2 M82, which we saw the other day again. This time it's got rockets on it, but they're 82 mil rockets, and they're anti-tank rockets, but they're not great, really. It does have quite a few machine guns. So supposedly it's got 4 machine guns on the wings, and I'm still confused. I still think the model's off, because you can see one here. And I assume maybe these are supposed to be machine guns, which would mean you'd have like 1, 2, 3, and then like 4, which would make sense. But I don't think the model's quite right. Early access version, guys. I'm sure Eugen will fix it in time. We got the Yak-7B, again anti-tank rockets, but again 82 mil rockets, so not fantastic. We got the LA-5 FN, which are really good fighters. If you want to see these guys in action, check out any kind of Amber T cast. He's usually using a division with the LA-5Ns, and they're really good. Often gets lots of kills with those units. We got the IL-2M3 cluster bombs, and this plane is going to do some work because it's an IL-2M, and IL-2s don't get shot down easily, and it's a cluster bomber. So yeah, this is going to do some work. So we were talking about a lack of being able to take down your heavy tank units. You're going to have to take these in your division. You do get 2 cards, but yeah, you're 100%, you have to have these, because you need to be able to take out the heavy tanks somehow, and it's going to have to be with your planes. So this division is really going to rely on its firepower to take out the heavy units. So if you're coming up against this division, then you're going to want to, you know, bring out your AA and your fighters and shut down the planes, shut down the skies. We got some LA-5Ns with some 50 kilogram bombs, just stick with the fighters really, and then we got the heavy bombers that we looked at earlier. Let's just quick look into the defensive options, nothing kind of out of the ordinary. Right, let's talk about this division. How strong do I think it is? Well, I think you've maybe got my impression throughout this video, and the dog I think agrees. It's not, I don't think we're going to see a lot of play in 1v1 with this division. I just think the ability to take out heavy tanks is fairly limited. The infantry lineup's reasonable, but it's not over the top. And so it could see a bit more work against kind of infantry-based divisions, but still, I don't think we're going to see too much of this division in 1v1 competitive action. Team games, you might see a bit more, especially with the kind of 3,000 kilogram bomber, and the Zoochok, which I would love to see a bit more action of. You do get the Andrusha as well, which is a bit better in team games. But, you know, you lose out on the tanks. It's... Yeah, I don't think, honestly, we're going to see too much of this division. Oh. So, what's my favourite unit? It's a tough one. Kind of want to pick the Zuchok, but the only reason I'd be picking it is because of the skin and not really the unit. Well, I do love the Zuchok, but we have the unit in the game. It's not like it's something sort of special, but it may well come down to the Zuchok. Yeah, I mean, nothing else really sticks out. It's mostly just standard Russian equipment, but from an Estonian point of view. A long pause. Yeah, it's going to be the Zuchok, guys. It is going to be the Zuchok. I think it kind of tells you, I mean, I feel really bad. I mean, I do love that skin, though. That skin is beautiful. It really is beautiful. It really is beautiful. But, yeah, I do kind of feel bad because I feel like we're ending the hype on a division that I'm not that hyped for. Out of all the divisions, this is probably one of the sort of most standard and nothing kind of out of the... No, it's kind of one of the more limited, a little bit weaker, less likely to see in action. Nothing sort of major out of the ordinary we haven't seen in any other kind of division. So, yeah, it does feel a bit of a shame. But let's remember... The game, the DLC, is out tomorrow, if I've got my scheduling right. You get to see the mighty Zuchok on a different division. Hopefully we see more of it in action. Hopefully, because I do love this skin. It is a beautiful skin. I really do like this. I'm not even saying that. I really like it. I really like this skin. Which is weird because it's just a green skin, let's face it. It's just a green skin with a cool arrow. But I don't know why. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. Right, here we have it. End of the Burning Baltic DLC first look videos. Thank God for that. I hear you crying. No more terrible pronunciations. But no, look forward to the DLC. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do hope you guys enjoy the DLC. I'm actually really quite excited for it. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be lots more content coming on the channel. Thanks very much for sticking around the channel. If you haven't subscribed, remember to subscribe, like the video, leave your comments down below. Tell me your favourite DLC division that you've seen across all of the DLC divisions, not just this one. Tell me the favourite unit you're looking forward to playing the most, and tell me how pumped you are for the DLC being released tomorrow. Hype. And remember, last chance to enter the giveaway in my Discord. Jump into the description, jump into the Discord, enter the giveaway. If you've got any problems, send me a ping. I am Angry Bert. I will see you in the game.